You're watching Alaska's news source.
He loved to fly. He loved to go hunting. And I was always so proud of him to be, that he was my cousin. He was just very happy and proud of his family and his wife. He was always there. I always saw him there with his wife, and he always supported her. And, he was just a very good person.
Family of Eugene Buzzy Peltola Jr. recalling fond memories of the 57-year-old after he died in a plane crash in southwest Alaska early this morning. These photos, about a decade old, giving a glimpse into the life Peltola so clearly loved so much. Good Wednesday evening as the investigation into this deadly crash begins. Condolences pouring in tonight from across the country, from here in Alaska all the way to the White House. Peltola, the husband of Alaska's lone representative in the U.S. House, Mary Peltola, crashing a Piper Super Cub in a remote part of the state last night. Efforts to save him, the only soul on board, unsuccessful. The photo you're looking at taken exactly 1 year ago today and showing the pair together at a ceremonial swearing in for Ms. Peltola's then freshly minted role in Congress. Eugene Peltola Jr. seen here in a Bureau of Indian Affairs photo from 2018. He was well known as an advocate for Alaska Native peoples and is being mourned by many, including the Alaska Federation of Natives, which said today that his legacy will always be remembered. But those I spoke with today say that while his work stood out, so did something else. Buzzy, as he much preferred to be called, is going to be remembered fondly, largely for his care of others and that beaming smile.
I loved him so much. He was a really happy person, always cheerful, always had a smile on his face. And he always loved talking about hunting and fishing and flying and his family.
Alaska lost a real cornerstone for the future of what would help shape Alaska. We know that for sure. That's how wonderful he was and how much he thought of Alaska.
He talked of his family every day when he was here. And he would laugh and the things he was remembering.
Very sad. We lost a great person, and most importantly, he passed away doing what he loved so much. And I know he still had a smile on his face, wondering, what happened.
Tonight, a statement on Peltola's death straight from President Joe Biden, who says Representative Peltola flew back to Washington with him on Air Force One earlier this week with, quote, the whole world ahead of her. Today, he says, I spoke with her with that world shattered in shock and sadness. Such a loss is cruel and unfair. Biden and the First Lady adding that they, quote, hope you remember that he will always be with you and that their prayers are with the entire Peltola family. And the rest of Alaska's delegation also sharing condolences today. Senator Lisa Murkowski expressing shock, saying she is at a loss for words. But anyone who met Buzzy, she wrote, felt his warmth, generosity, and charm. It was easy to see why so many Alaskans called him a friend and how he was so loved by his family. Senator Dan Sullivan also commented via social media saying he's sending the Peltola family, quote, heartfelt prayers for strength and consolation in this time of unspeakable loss and grief. Governor Mike Dunleavy and his wife sharing similar sentiments, saying they too are deeply saddened by the loss. And with that mourning comes the tremendous weight of questions unanswered. Earlier today, the National Transportation Safety Board sharing some of the preliminary information about this incident, with troopers expanding on what happened in the immediate aftermath of the crash.
The pilot flew a Hunter and the Hunter's equipment to a remote location that's 64 miles northeast of St. Mary's, Alaska. It is, again, a remote location.
It is a mountainous area as well. And in a dispatch earlier today, AST says 2 hunters were at the site where Peltola reportedly crashed in the plane you just saw on departure. Now, those hunters attempting to help and save him as they awaited rescue, but it was to no avail. A preliminary report is expected in the next few weeks.